I'm Miss Williams. How are you? Okay, so I'm going to walk you through these two programs and hopefully this helps. If not, I can make some more videos. The first one is called Natural Reader, and you go to the website that I gave you and you'll click on where it says free, and then you can choose from different voices, and these are all computer voices, whichever one you think you want to listen to. We'll just click on Michelle for this. So you can hear the different voices and see which one you like. And then you click next. And then you're going to do, my understanding is you're going to click personal use. So you're going to click AI text to speech. And then what you can do is you can drag and drop your files into this area, or you can add files and have it talk for you. So like if I typed, hi, how are you? And then you go up to the play button. And it'll read it to you. This will do it for anything. The only thing with this is you're going to have to copy and paste things, or you're going to have to go over here to add files, and they're going to have to be in PDF or Office documents that you can just add in, or a web page that you can add in, and then it'll read it to her. Okay? So that is Natural Reader. That's really good. For example, if your teacher gives you an article to read, this is an awesome one to use for that. Okay. The other one is called Read Write, and the tech group is supposed to install that on your computer for you. And when they install it, it should show up with this little purple puzzle piece down at the bottom. I have a lot of stuff on mine because I'm a teacher, and it has an RW for Read Write. Okay. And I just went to their website to kind of give you an idea. It does have some resources on there. If you have questions on how does it work, what does it do, you can kind of look around on there and see. Okay, there's a little introduction. I also have an introduction on the course page that kind of tells you. Okay, but it has a lot of different options. Okay, so then if I go to Read Write, I'm going to open it just so you can see what it looks like because I have it on my computer. And you can hear my daughter giggling in the background. She's 19, but she's reading a book or something and it's making her laugh. Okay, did it open? Okay. So when you open Read Write, whoops, trying to pull the recording window so you can see it. Okay. It comes up with this toolbar. This is the Read Write toolbar. And this has a lot of really amazing things in it that you can use. Okay. So this lets you check your spelling. This one helps you predict a word. This one's a dictionary, so if you're not sure what a word means, you can highlight the word, then click dictionary. This is a picture dictionary. This is going to read, pause, stop, screenshot. So if you want to take a screenshot of something and then it's supposed to read. This is a scan. This lets you listen to something like audio. This does screen masking. I doubt you're going to need that after I looked at your paperwork. But if you do, then I can walk you through how to do that. Talk and type. So and I'll go over, there are 2 different programs you can use if you want to talk to type a document, and this is one of them. Translator. You should have a PDF reader, so if the teacher gives you an assignment or a worksheet in a PDF, you should be able to open it up in Read Write and then click on that and it should read the PDF to you. Okay, and then you have different highlighters that you can use, vocabulary lists, voice notes that you can make. So it's got a lot of options. But to give you an idea, if I go here and I select that and then I go up to the play button, okay, it should have read it. I'm not sure why it's not reading it, because that's what it's supposed to do. Looks like it's trying to. Okay. Huh. Let's see if I have a PDF I can open and try that. Let's open a weekly menu. Let's see. Okay, apparently for some reason, Read and Write is not working the way it's supposed to. You should be able to click on these and it should read it to you. It looks like it's working, but I can't, it's not actually speaking. So maybe mine needs to be updated, but that's how it should work. Like, you should be able to go up here, to PDF, find the file, open it, and then it should read these words to you. So you can try it. Hopefully it worked great for me last year. Hopefully it still works. If not, I would definitely use Natural Reader. The other thing is, all of our programs, so let me just show you here. So all of our programs that we use, for example, Nearpod, that's when you're going to use a lot in geometry. You're going to see that a lot. So they automatically are going to read the lessons to you. I'm just going to open a random lesson to kind of show you what I'm talking about. Okay. When you go in here, it should, I don't know why it's not going to let me. Come on. It's going to be goofy and not show it. I wonder if I go to one of my lessons, if it'll do it. Let's try this. Oh, no. Well, usually, it'll read all of that to you automatically. You don't have to do anything for that, okay? Or a lot of Nearpod will be videos like this. I'll just show you real briefly. Okay, so it'll be things like that. So you won't need to worry about using another program for that most of the time. It's already built in. The other program you're going to see quite a bit in math, for example, is going to be MobyMax. I'll pull that one up and kind of let you see what that looks like a little bit. If it behaves on me. Sometimes they're really slow. MyON Reader is another one you'll see, kind of in science and English, different things. Okay, when you go in here and you open a book, I'll show you what this looks like. Okay, let's just say you're going to read a book on parrots. You're not in here yet. Okay. Well, we'll just pick a random kid. There are tools already down here to read it to you. Okay, so a lot of the programs already have those built in, so you don't have to worry about that as far as that goes. Freckle, you'll use Freckle in some of the math too. Freckle, there are some of them that do, there are a few that do not. I don't know why MobyMax is not coming up. MobyMax just wants to be difficult, I guess. And then I also told you that I would show you 2 ways that you could voice type. One is to use the read write that we already went over, but here's the other way, and I think this is really cool. If you go into Google Docs, which that's what we use for everything is Google Docs. So if you go up to the plus sign here and you see this waffle with all these little dots and you click on it, and this brings up all your different programs, okay? Docs, that's where you can type documents. Sheets, that's a spreadsheet. Slides, that's PowerPoint. Meet, that's like live sessions or videos, okay? Drive, that's where you're going to save all your assignments. And Gmail, that's where you're going to check your school mail. So we've opened up a Google Doc, which is like Word, or a document you're going to type in. And you can go to Tools, and there's this option right here that says Voice Typing. And you can tell it what you want to type. So for example, this little microphone comes up, and then I can go, hi. Well, I have to allow it. I can go, hi, how are you? Question mark. I'm fine, period. Okay, so that's another way that you can type your documents for your assignments and then just go over and check it or have your learning partner check it. You can also go down here to accessibility. You can turn on screen reader support. Okay, this is great for Braille support or screen magnifier. Okay, and you might need those. Your learning partner should be able to tell you that if those are going to work for you. But after looking through your paperwork, I have a feeling screen magnifier you're probably going to need. I'm not sure about screen reader. You'll have to look at that. But this is where you would turn those on. Okay. So I'll just show you, like if I turn on screen magnifier, it should, I can make it really big. Like, let's see. Okay. So you can do that. You can turn on reader support.